U.S. intelligence agency mind control.
Good morning and thank you for your company. It's 6 a.m. on this special edition of Today. We have some breaking news for you this morning. I'm coming to you live from Wakeley in Sydney's southwest, where overnight we've seen scenes of destruction and devastation, unrest and rioting unfolding behind me. This is what we can report to you right now. Just after 7 p.m, a bishop performing a sermon on a live stream has been attacked. He and 3 other parishioners have been injured.
I don't know if they're going to show the video. Have you seen the video?
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad from just what I've seen. Like,
the video, like, it's not graphic, but it's pretty alarming.
Yeah, people are covering the actual guy on the ground. So did he died, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, because he definitely was getting stabbed in the neck.
Yeah, but I don't think he died.
This morning, confirmation a 15-year-old boy is in custody. Anger in an already shaken community spilling into the streets. Ruth Wynne-Williams begins our coverage and a warning some of this vision is confronting.
Bishop Marmari preaching on a live stream.
Okay, deployed the cover. Nothing going on behind us.
A teenager
this guy's not
in a
being
hoodie
stabbed right now. There's nobody being stabbed behind Jack right now.
And lunges, allegedly stabbing the religious leader repeatedly before his followers can intervene, pushing the young man to the ground and holding him down. Anger replacing worship at Christ the Good Shepherd Church in Wakeley in Sydney's southwest, and building outside on the street as the live stream footage and communal rage quickly spread. On one side, a mob of 2,000.
Oh my God! Somebody just threw a ladder. That's epic.
Being held on the other. 100-strong contingent of New South Wales Police, the state's riot squad rolling out stab-proof vests, shields and pepper spray.
I thought she said state rights squad, but it's riot squad. I was like, there's no way they call the riot squad the state rights squad.
They totally, bro. Honestly, the cops are just doing their job at the end of the day. Yeah. But honestly, we've had enough.
Police vehicles in the firing line. 2 injured men taken to hospital, the bishop and another clergy member. The alleged attacker suffering injuries to his hands. Investigators say he was initially kept inside for his own safety.
Because he had a knife in his hand, so they probably stomped the fuck out of his hand.
To pull him out.
We were able to remove the young person from the location. He was conveyed to an undisclosed location. It took police some time to
undisclosed location. They can't.
Bro, they fucking black bagged him.
They can't tell anyone. He's in the fucking salt pit now.
A number of police were injured and multiple police vehicles were damaged.
Sydney is already rattled. The alleged stabbing and riot that followed coming too soon after the Bondi attack.
It's terrible that such a thing could happen anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's a church or a shopping centre or in any place across Australia.
Late Monday night, New South Wales Premier Chris Minns holding an emergency meeting of religious leaders in Sydney's west, calling for calm and in an already fragile city for kindness and respect. Now is the time to show that we are strong and united as a New South Wales community.
Cringe.
Yeah, some pretty scary scenes there. Well, we have team coverage for you this morning, starting with Lara Vella. Lara, what's the latest you can tell us?
Sarah, good morning to you once again. Well, right now I'm joining you from one of the very quiet residential streets, which is around 150 metres from the church where you have set up this morning. And you can see there is still so much glass and debris that remains as all of these crowds, thousands of people spilled onto these residential streets as these frustrations unfortunately turned towards too much. Again, well, right now I'm joining you from one of the...
Like, I'm 150 metres away from you. Here's a puddle of glass.
This morning, starting with Lara Vella. Lara, what's the latest you can tell us?
Sarah, good morning to you once again. Well, right now I'm joining you from one of the very quiet residential streets, which is around 150 metres from the church where you have set up this morning. And you can see there is still so much glass and debris that remains as all of these crowds, thousands of people spilled onto these residential streets as these frustrations unfortunately turned towards police. We now know, Sarah, that there are reports that some among the crowd armed themselves with makeshift weapons. They raided nearby homes. And this is one of the properties that presumably it looks like they have raided. You can see that they've pulled some of the brickwork from that solid brick fence. We understand some of them were hurling everything from glass bottles at police officers. And then they have also armed themselves with everything from tree stakes to fence railings, and they have used that to smash out the window.
Okay. It's very Australian.
I'm just thinking of like this fucking, this is like the first tool of warfare is the Jimmy the Brick, that's there. If Assad didn't think to just put a little bit of copper on the end of stick to Jimmy the Bricks, wow, he would have never conquered all those other cities.
Never.
At least a dozen, we understand, police cars that they were deployed in the nearby area, and you can see some of the windscreen and the windows of those vehicles remains here this morning. This is how some of the anarchy unfolded last night.
Oh, fuck off.
What name did I just say just now? Who used copper? What did I say? Did I say Assad? I feel like I said Assad.
I have no idea.
I should have said Sargon of Akkad. If I didn't, I don't know. ADD. Oh no. Oh no.
Anarchy. Oh, they choked me, bro.
You need some water? You need some water? Water. You all good? You all right?
No.
You all good, y'all?
I'm not good, bro.
They came in force. They started hitting us with batons. They pepper sprayed us. I don't think that's the right thing to do, to be honest.
As you saw from that footage there, Sarah, some of the tactical officers, they were forced to use
I found another piece of glass. I walked. Down the street to another piece of glass.
Unfortunately, 2 police officers, we know at least, were quite seriously injured. One of them sustaining a broken jaw. The second one, a chipped tooth and a twisted knee.
Oh,
as you can
no.
see, there is still so much glass and debris that remains here. In the surrounding residential street following these unbelievable scenes that unfolded in Sydney Southwest last night.
Is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, the police here numbered more than 100 were completely
outnumbered.
Converged on these streets. Lara, thank you. Let's head now to Jack Hahn, who has the latest for us from Liverpool Hospital. Jack.
That's how many police show up.
Don't talk to me, bitch.
Good morning to you, Sarah. Well, I can tell you that the 15-year-old...
Huh?
I said, that's how many police show up just to carry the casket when a cop dies in this country.
Yeah.
Is at an undisclosed location, but he is not here at Liverpool Hospital. A number of patients were rushed here to Liverpool Hospital from where you are, Sarah. It's a journey of about 8 kilometres. They came here in ambulances under lights and sirens, and as paramedics were rushing them into the trauma bays, police were outside locking down the hospital. It was locked down for some time. The only people allowed in during the lockdown were people coming in via ambulance or people presenting to the emergency department with life-threatening injuries. That lockdown has lifted this morning as at least 4 patients are being treated. I can confirm to you that none of those patients have life-threatening injuries. They include the bishop, a man in his 60s. He received a laceration to his arm, while one of the churchgoers, a man in his 30s, he heroically rushed in to perform a citizen's arrest, and during that he received a laceration that is being treated this morning. As Lara mentioned, 2 officers were injured.
He got hit in the arm?
Have described their injuries.
Stabs on his neck didn't penetrate him.
Hospital injury.
I guess not.
Their injuries are quite serious, but again,
like
it's probably I think he puts up his arms at first. That's probably where he got hit.
Yes. So he may not have been hit in the upper body.
Bricks and other items across the night. Obviously, the injury numbers for police will increase in the days come forward as police report them.
This morning, we're hearing from community leaders, Sarah, including one of the local members out here, Di Lee. She says that she is praying that everyone heard makes a safe and speedy recovery. Sarah.
Yeah, we echo those sentiments too, and we know that police have deployed across this region just try to quell any unrest that might follow. Jack, thank you. Carl, it's back to you in the studio.
Sarah, thank you.
Welcome back to Wakely in Sydney's southwest.
I don't care. chiller.
Thank you for being here. Shortly after 7 p.m. last night, police were called to a church in Wakeley in southwest Sydney in relation to reports that a male was stabbing the clergy inside that building. Police responded and arrested a young person, and he was restrained inside that building. Subsequently, as it has been mentioned, at 1:35 a.m. this morning, after consideration of all the material, I declared that it was a terrorist incident. Strike Force Katrina has been established to investigate that side of the events last night, and a referral has been made and agreed to by the Joint Counterterrorism Investigation Team that we will work.
Yay! The New South Wales Counter-Terrorism Investigation Team, the same people who wasted years investigating friendly Geordies. Yeah.
That's right.
Awesome. Got it. Love that they're on the job. That'll be a good job done.
Jointly with New South Wales Police lead with AFP and other Commonwealth agencies in this investigation. Whilst police were responding to the incident at Wakeley with New South Wales Police ambulance to provide assistance to those injured, including the offender, people
who was paying
converged
attention
on
enough
that
to see
area
that chinchilla
and began to turn on police. People used what was available to them in the area, including bricks, concrete, palings, to assault police and throw missiles at police, police equipment, police vehicles. We've had police injured and taken to hospital.
He sent missiles. Oh, they're so funny.
Overnight. And we've had many police vehicles damaged. 20 have been damaged and 10 are unusable.
Nice.
This is unacceptable. Police attended the incident in Wakeley last night to assist that community in response to calls for assistance, and the crowd turned on police. That is unacceptable, and those that were involved in that riot can expect a knock at the door. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but we will find you.
Wait, what's that?
They're gonna come wag their fingers.
What's that?
بيت دار زنقة فرد
and we will come and arrest you. Tomorrow.
We've got to get this. It's on that level of, it's literally this vibe. Hold on.
We will continue to be your single source of truth. Dismiss anything else.
Same vibe. Oh my God, everything is wrong. Everything is wrong.
Harmonization.
Oh my God.
You know, because you know how you hit the triangle to make harmony, you know, like you hit the little ding, you know, the harmony thing.
Yeah.
You know, and then you meditate to it. That's them making harmony with their batons off your heads.
I just want to hear that again. That is absurd.
Additional patrols will be put in place for Sydney
to kill people,
to help community harmonisation, because we can't and we don't want this to happen again. This should be an isolation.
Oh my God. Okay. How great. How awesome. Let's see another stabbing that New South Wales Police Force failed to prevent.
Careful.
What?
I don't know. Just there is stuff on there that might be graphic.
There's nothing in this one that's like actual footage. I've already watched this one.
There's also they interviewed, I don't know which one's dad, one of the stabbies. How do you play Knifey Spoony, by the way?
I don't know. It's The Simpsons. It's their thing.
It's a perfect autumn afternoon in Sydney, still and warm for the first day of school holidays. Up the hill from the nation's best-known beach, the vast Westfield Bondi Junction complex, a sprawling labyrinth that spreads either side and deep below Oxford Street. Inside, thousands of shoppers and workers, including a security guard on his first day shift at the mall.
He was really excited about it. He now feels that he's getting his feet, he's having something which is more stable and something which is closer to his heart. As a person, he always keeps thinking about how he can serve other people.
Also in Bondi Junction today, Joel Couchy, a 40-year-old Queenslander with a long history of mental problems. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia in year 12.
My favorite thing about this whole event is that all of the racists were like mass stabbing Sydney, saw Bogan in a Queensland rugby jersey and was just like, must be a Muslim.
Dude, even what is his name? The murderer. Michael the murderer, right? Even that's literally was like what he was implying like that the guy was saying Allahu Akbar.
Yeah. It always fucking happens. But like as soon as I saw that it was a
but Australia is not a
Queenslander,
racist country.
No, not at all. As soon as I saw that it was a rugby jersey and I saw the dude running like a 40-year-old drunk dude, I'm like, yeah, that's an Aussie. There's no fucking way that's not just a Bogan. And then his dad gets interviewed and what do you know? Bogan in a Queenslander jersey. What a surprise. His dad
man Jason
seems
Dixon is on
very
his way
cut
home
up about
after
it.
a trip to Sydney's west.
Yeah, that's why
he's on the 380 bus, driving past the mall when he sees pandemonium.
I saw people running from North End, so I thought there must be something wrong. And I saw this fella in a green shirt, looked like an Australian rugby league jersey, and I could see people running. There was people running from each angle. I didn't hesitated to get home or jump off the bus, so I jumped off the bus.
Bro,
2 floors above, it's long past.
You didn't see anything. Did
No,
they
he
just
was on the bus.
guy?
It is the start of the show, though.
Lunchtime, but the mall's food hall is busy. At the counter of Lux Bar, owner Nan Camhom is eating a late lunch with her husband, Michael Dunkley.
We were just sitting, watching out, people walk past, just life.
Bro, he was like
Beside
trembling.
them,
He's really
Chris Tudela
shooken
from
up
the
by
Amiga
it.
store, one level below. His phone rings.
I mean, it's pretty traumatic to see something.
I received
like
a phone
this,
call from.
Oh, I bet it would be, yeah.
I'd rather
But also-
see a shooting.
It's kind of
Stabbings
interesting.
freak me out, bro.
Yeah.
Just
It's
shoot
kind of interesting though because I am thinking, what would the response of America be, right? In a situation like this, guns don't exist, right? But the attitudes are the same. Do you think people would stop him in an attempt to stop him, or run
Well,
like
what a
cowards and
coincidence, because there was
leave?
also stabbing events in America while this was happening.
Were they really?
Yep.
Ones like this?
Maybe worse.
Interesting. Pull those up.
They're in the
I guess
US playlist, so
Okay.
One of my
if
colleagues,
we don't get
and
to
she
them,
said to stay
yeah,
away
we
from
have
the boutique.
we're all
They're all locked up in their safe.
not even at 3
and not
hours.
to come anywhere near the boutique. As soon as I heard that, naturally I thought somebody was trying to rob the store.
First of all, yes, do that. It's better. Second of all, there is nothing here. There is nothing here to see. If you want to see beaches, sure. But outside of that, there's one theme park complex in Queensland, a couple shitty casinos. Melbourne has a night scene and like coffee, if that's your thing. It's more like times of the year that you would come. The F1, for example, is when you would come to Melbourne. The snow here is shit. You wouldn't come here for skiing or snowboarding. You would go to New Zealand. Hiking, again, New Zealand. Natural features, if you don't want to travel 2 days to see it, then you go to New Zealand because it's better. Because the entire thing is a feature. Like, there is nothing here. There is literally nothing here. I don't know why people come here. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense.
Mad Max.
Or something like that, and I kind of sprinted down.
The sound of yelling carries up through the mall's void and into the food hall.
Gun. It was really surreal. It was like that World War Z movie where everyone's running away from zombies. So we're sitting there and there's all these people running, screaming, coming towards us. It was surreal.
I heard the guy like screaming, like he got a knife, he got a gun, like yelling at their kid, and they have to run and like hiding.
True. The Great Barrier Reef is like the only thing we have.
Yeah, well,
and
it's bleached
big
now,
rock.
so
yeah, and the big rock in the middle of the country as well. Sure. And yeah, we have pokies, a fuck ton of pokies. Sure, if you want to come and become a fellow degenerate at the pokies and have a slap, then sure. But that's coming to America very soon, so you guys will enjoy that very soon.
Famously connected to groups like Nendrada or Nindragata, however you want to say it.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Nindrangata.
Somewhere, and then I'm start to like stand up.
How about Italians fucking name their groups like fucking normal things, okay, that people can pronounce?
I just thought, if he's got a gun, we've got to get out of his range. We've got to move.
Oh my God, bro.
We've got a storeroom where no public access is. And so my first thought was to get my wife and my staff and as many people as I could. So as I ran through the food court, I yelled at everybody to follow me.
As Michael's herding everyone to safety, a cafe worker arms herself and then decides to get out too. Panic crowd screams up the escalators.
She had a
Reece
knife.
Tudela is trying to get down to his colleagues.
And once I got to the top of the escalators, droves of people were sort of running into me. There were different sort of reports saying someone had a gun, others had a knife. And then when I actually got to the top of the stairs and looked down, I saw the gentleman with the knife. I just saw an extremely brave gentleman trying to fend this man off the escalators. And
like that is the only guy that I've seen in all of the footage until I watched this that I'd seen that actually tried to like fight him off. Everyone else was just running and leaving people to die, which is honestly just pathetic. Like really, like if you're running away and seeing people being stabbed and you're just running away and you're not helping a single person, you are a piece of shit.
No, he's helping by leading them.
No. I'm talking
I'm
about
just saying the other guy was playing himself like
the other guy. Sure, he's
away.
helping people, right? He's getting people out of there, right? That's
no, he
fair
wasn't
enough,
though.
Right?
He's just trying to be.
Well,
the
he was
hero
helping his
today.
wife.
He's just absolute hero. More and more droves of people are streaming past. I could really get clear sort of sight on it. And then at that point, when I heard there possibly other people with guns, and I thought it was my time to evacuate as well. And I ended up actually going down one of the fire escapes.
What an irrational thought. You're in Australia. If you don't hear a gunshot, there's no guns. How irrational.
With his wife and others in the storeroom, Michael decides to try to help.
We thought it was a guy with a gun. And then what that point is, I left my wife, and I don't know why, what was I thinking, to chase the guy down. So I left my wife and I scooted around the corner to chase him down.
I just said, what the hell are you thinking? Like, like he might got the gun and shot him. Like, you never know, like.
Dude.
I don't know what you're thinking.
She give him the best sloppy toppy. Like you have to she is not. She thinks her husband is like she now feels safe with him. Like that guy is so validated. They're married, right? Did they say they were married?
Possibly.
I assume that they're married. But that dude is living large, right now.
Us downstairs, Jason Dixon enters
he's
the
getting
mall.
all the attention as a hero.
Yeah. He's got his 5 minutes.
Scott.
Yeah, but it's also something that is actually going to affect his personal life, like his personal life.
That is true.
It's gonna it's gonna go a long way to like his wife's family is gonna be like, oh, did you know he's a hero? It's like it's a lot of family credit. Like as much as we want to say that those like feudal structures don't exist anymore. It's good to have like mass approval of like families. You could not pause on dead people for once. That would be cool.
It's blurred out, and you keep talking on dead people. That's why
don't pause. Have I ever said anything important enough to pause for?
She bolted, so I just started following.
On the heels of a sprinting Amy Scott, Michael Dunkley.
As she was running alongside, I could see the perpetrator turn into the walkway.
They're on the pedestrian bridge linking the two sides of the mall.
And then just as I got around the corner, I saw him, and all I heard was, "Drop it."
He lunged it straight away, didn't say a word, went straight at her.
And he must have didn't drop it, and then I heard this big bang.
Jason Dixon begins filming.
Come on, bro.
Like, if you see a cop and a
bro,
dude
bro, why are you pausing?
Who?
Bro, there's literally blood on the ground. Come on, you're gonna get
Who gives a shit? We're already demonetized.
You're gonna get the stream taken down and get another strike, and then if there's another one after that, everything is
YouTube.
Gone. Everything
is
gone.
on YouTube.
No, it's on you. Stop pausing on fucking dead bodies.
It's on YouTube. They're gonna take us down for something on YouTube?
Yeah. Bro, they took us down for fucking talking about the Houthis. Well, Hassan fucking platforms people he thinks are them.
Cheng, a student at a Sydney university. Ashley Good, whose 9-month-old baby was also stabbed. Dawn Singleton. Jade Young. Pikri Dacia. And the security guard on his first day shift at Bondi Junction, Faraz Tahir.
Being a security officer, he was really passionate about making other people feel protected. And when this event happened, he lost his life in the line of duty.
He was a refugee from a persecuted religious minority in Pakistan who had been in Australia just 18 months.
He was a fucking, what, I forgot, Amani.
Is that what the Pakistan?
Yeah. We have somebody who follows us, who is one as well.
That's into the fact that
I think it's something like that.
Were
Amadi,
exactly
not Amani, Amadi.
We'll take a comfort in the fact that he was there helping other people and selflessly sacrifice himself to support others.
Yeah, like basically, it's another thing that CL Hawk is responsible for. Oh, see, I put clips of them talking to the dad, but it looks like this special you pulled up is going to cover everything. We don't need to do anything else.
Yeah. His dad recognised him from photographs taken in the mall.
How are you coping? Not really. It's hard. Not just hard for me, it's hard for my wife, for my family. Everybody I ring is crying their hearts out because they love him. And for the poor buggers that have lost their loved ones in Sydney. I mean, from China, and, it's difficult. It's horrible.
I'm going to slow him down a bit.
Did you say a guy from China?
There was an international student from China.
Oh.
It was the last person identified.
Horrendous. I can't put it into words. It's terrible. I mean, how would you feel if your son was the man that I recognised on TV, and I rang the New South Wales police and I said, look, if you don't know a motive, I'll give you one. He's got schizophrenia.
What do you want people to know about Joel?
That he was a tormented soul.
He was a tormented soul.
And frustrated, and I'm sorry that he's done this to your children and to this nation. I mean, there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say that can take away the pain that my son has caused.
Nobody who was in the mall on Saturday afternoon has fully escaped it.
It just shows you how empathetic his dad is, because he's taken all of that on himself. You can just hear it as well.
I could not sleep. I just praying all night for everyone, I mean, that's the thing that I can do, just to pray for everyone to be safe, and and I'm pretty sad, crying that when I heard the mom is passed away, I mean, it's just horrific.
He's getting choked up. He's looking away. You guys thought I saw a lip quiver.
Ryan Park,
I can't be seen crying during my hero moment.
Ryan Park, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Are you able to give us an update on those victims who are still in hospital?
Yeah, I can. We've had some patients discharged over the last 24 hours, and at the latest briefing, there was 7 patients in our hospitals, right across some of Sydney's largest hospitals, mostly in a stable condition, some in a serious but stable condition. We obviously hope to have those in a more stable condition discharged over the course of the next few days where their condition gives a rise to that. But very pleasingly, we have seen the 9-month-old baby in the Children's Hospital at Randwick have her condition downgraded, so to speak, from critical to serious. And we hope to have her on a ward over the next few days, which is a very, very big relief for so many people.
And a small piece of good news in very difficult circumstances. You said earlier that paramedics and doctors have performed miracles. What in particular made you say that?
Well, quite clearly, when there are multiple victims with various serious stab wounds causing rapid loss of blood, people can die of blood loss within a matter of moments, certainly within a matter of minutes. You had bystanders trying to stop the hemorrhaging of blood, frontline responders trying to do that. And then you had surgeons and clinical staff and nurses literally try and keep these people alive, including a 9-month-old baby that they came into their hospital in a very, very critical state. Now, the fact that more people haven't passed away is because of the skill, the courage, the determination and the tenacity of our frontline responders, both our paramedics and our clinical staff in our hospitals and our nursing staff, but also our police officers. And it's a big opportunity just to pay, once again, credit to them for the work they did under extraordinarily difficult circumstances.
And presumably those people who went into Westfield at Bondi Junction on Saturday afternoon didn't know whether or not the attacker was still at large.
No, I had an opportunity. I travelled up from Wollongong on Saturday night. I had an opportunity to go into one of the debriefs of around 30 or 40 paramedics at Randwick Ambulance
They always
Station.
have to fucking
and some of the first in coming into the shopping centre just spoke of the chaotic scenes where they were moving from patient to patient, trying to triage the level of seriousness for each patient. All these.
It's like, oh my God, the cops did their job. They're such a hero. No. Yeah, they did their fucking job. Shut the fuck up.
Whilst not knowing if the assailant had been...
And actually, no, they didn't do their fucking job. 5 people died.
Captured, or if there was another assailant in the building, potentially armed. You could just imagine trying to give life-saving support and care whilst not knowing if the situation you're undertaking that work in is safe. I think that shows the courage, the skill and the dedication of our paramedics and our frontline responders.
And also, while members of the public had tried to give people very urgent first aid, waiting for them to arrive.
We had 75 paramedics there, but we also had countless bystanders giving people help. There was stories of people doing what they can, taking off shirts just to try and stop that hemorrhaging of blood. We know now that
could be an overexposure problem. There are a lot of Chinese international students. It could just be a volume number.
Stories of the young 9-month-old baby essentially being thrown into the arms of 2 brothers just trying to give help. I mean, these situations, although they demonstrate the very worst in individuals in terms of what occurred on the weekend, they highlight the very best of human nature.
I want to move to what knowledge we have of the attacker in this event, Joel Cauchi. What do you know now? And I appreciate it's very early days, but what do you know already about any interactions he had with New South Wales Health?
No, as soon as we were given an accurate name, a description, I asked New South Wales Health to begin the process of seeing what interaction we may or may not have had with this individual. The only interaction to date has come with a episode where he presented to RPA Hospital late last year for a physical issue, not a mental health related issue, for a physical issue. But apart from that, to date, we haven't had any interaction with him as a health service. Now, I understand there is discussions between New South Wales Health and Queensland Health happening, and no doubt that will continue to go on, and Queensland Health will be able to provide their own updates. But to date, and you are right, it is early days, so we are still checking those level of interactions. But to date, certainly New South Wales Health haven't identified anything where Mr. Cauchi has had a lot to do with our local hospital or health services.
Now, we understand that Joel Cauchi had a long history of mental illness, having been diagnosed with schizophrenia as a young adult. I think you said earlier that New South Wales and Queensland have a relationship where information is shared. What kind of information could be shared about a psychiatric patient, particularly one who's not in the public system, who's seeing a private psychiatrist? Would that actually be information that's shared?
And that is a challenge. It's often more information that is shared in relation to if they're under our particular forensic program or under a particular forensic program in Queensland. What we've got to strike the balance here is patient confidentiality, and people with a mental illness are entitled to patient confidentiality as well. What I've asked New South Wales Health to do is to see if there are anything that we could do to improve processes as a result of this. Certainly not saying there is, but I want to have a look to see if there is. We'll be participating in the coronial inquiry in that process, and we'll obviously have a look at our processes in relation to that. And if there are recommendations coming out as a result of inquiry.
Cool. I don't think anything's particularly come up yet. Most of the victims were women, probably targeted women for whatever reason.
If it was a schizophrenic breakdown, who knows what was going on?
Yeah, exactly. Who fucking knows? So could have been anything.
It's hard to imagine, but to have such, young victim, it's like more than shocking.
Disbelief on the streets of Center City Saturday after Philadelphia police say a woman randomly stabbed 2 people, including a 1-year-old boy. It happened on the 300 block of South 18th Street around noon.
Oh, you think that's funny, huh?
Parents walking a stroller down the street with 2 twins. Now it looked like this female just rushed up to them. Nothing was said. Complete random. Tried to stab both children.
Philadelphia police say the woman was able to stab one of the twins once in each arm before taking off.
It's a long knife. It looks like some kind of kitchen knife.
What could a 1-year-old be doing that would offend anyone else, no matter what race, religion, point of view?
Captain Frank Banford says the boy's dad chased after the woman who dropped a black bag. Banford says once police got their hands on it, they discovered information that led them to their person of interest.
No fucking way.
New York City in connection to an aggravated assault.
I'm not sure at this time whether the same kind of aggravated assault. We're researching that right now.
Investigators believe the same woman also stabbed a 24-year-old female near 13th and Chancellor hours earlier, around 8 a.m.
She's walking eastbound down Chancellor Street, and this offender just runs up. Quick stab, run.
That woman was taken to the hospital and released.
Did he really have to? He was a little too excited.
Did he really have to do the animation?
That was like the Kyle Rittenhouse flagging the courtroom lawyer incident.
That was awesome.
Somebody like this is walking around just right next to us.
The 1-year-old boy was taken to a local hospital where he was listed as stable. As for the woman, she was taken here to police headquarters where she's being interviewed by investigators. In Spring Garden, Brian Sheehan, NBC 10
crazy.
News.
She's like, I'm
Thanks
fine.
for watching. Stay updated.
Thanks for watching. Now, also,
it's hard.
After this, I also wanted to comment on 2 cops were killed here. And that's in there too. Reported on that.
Cops? Okay.
Yeah, 2 cops were killed right over here. Basically still in my county.
Are you aware of a CIA psychological profile about you, sir? Would you be interested in hearing what the CIA had to say? This secret study portrays as a brilliant but dangerous megalomaniac who is likely to pursue his own aims in disregard of U.S. interests. He's an uncertain ally. Shall I go on, or would you prefer that I stop, sir?